Hello everyone, welcome. My name is Phoenix and this is the Consumer's Guide to Filmmaking. As of this month, not to the exact day, but as of this month I think, I'll have been doing this for 3 years. It's an odd anniversary to celebrate, but whatever. I've been doing this consistently for 3 years and I've been enjoying it. It's a fun little hobby. It keeps my mind focused. Yeah, I would like to keep doing it for longer. Over the course of those 3 years, I've reviewed quite a few movies, and over the course of those 3 years, my opinions have changed. So, this week, you'll be seeing REDUX reviews. Meaning, I will be going back and re-reviewing certain movies I have already reviewed on this channel. These videos will be the official review from now on. And, yeah. We're starting off with this. Halloween 2018. David Gordon Green. Taking place 40 years after the events of Halloween 1 and ignoring the events from 2 onward, Michael Myers has been locked up in Smith's Grove Mental Institution after his rampage on that fateful Halloween night. Meanwhile, Laurie Strode has become a paranoid survivalist. Estranged from her family, including her granddaughter Allison, Laurie is worried out of her mind that Michael will return one day. This fear becomes reality as Michael breaks out of custody while being transported to a new facility. Getting his mask back, Michael does what he does best and returns to Haddonfield to take out Laurie Strode. Prepared for this, Laurie takes her daughter and granddaughter to her house and prepares for one last battle with the boogeyman. This film is still dumb. Still very dumb. But this time around, I'm a bit more forgiving because the actual good elements of this film are really noticeable. This film, on a purely technical level, ranges from perfectly fine to actually fucking impressive. The cinematography and editing for the most part is passable. The composition is fairly nice and the editing is pretty par for the course. Feels like a horror movie from the 2010s. Cool. Dope. But there are moments where it feels like there is a vision here for the film. The obvious example of this is the one-shot sequence, or the simulated one-shot. There might have been a hidden cut or two. I don't know. The camera movements are just so fluid, and the blocking is just exquisite. Michael moving from area to area, the camera moving away and switching focus to create those scares is just so fucking cool. There are also moments of editing in the film where it really expounds on characters visually. Like when Laurie is waiting outside of Smith's Grove. There's just no dialogue, but it was really well done and you could feel those emotions perfectly. Good special effects in a slasher are a must. And Halloween 2018 delivers for the most part. The kills in this film are fucking nasty and are really well presented. The girl during the one shot who gets the knife through the throat really fucking shocked me. That was gruesome as fuck and it was really nicely presented. The kid getting his head impaled on the gate was also really hardcore and looked pretty damn real. The only kill that looked kinda goofy was the doctor getting his head caved in by Michael's boot. That felt less real and more so cartoonish. The head just falling apart like a melon was a tad extra and it felt kind of out of place. What I think worked out really well in this film though, in terms of art and production design, was the costume. Michael Myers looks better than ever. Probably the best he's looked since the original movies. The mask fits him perfectly, and it gives off the aura of there being nothing inside Michael. It's just beautiful stuff. But what I think stands out the most is the score. Working with the legend himself, the GOAT, John Carpenter, along with his son Cody, the score for this film is brilliant. Modernizing motifs from the original film and composing new and harrowing pieces, the synths and guitars are droning and throbbing and make every scene super intense. It is atmospheric, it fits in the background, never taking away from what is on screen, but each piece is memorable in its own right. The Halloween theme is just always a banger, what can I say? But when we enter the writing, that's when things start to fall apart, like, completely. I appreciate what they're trying to do, but for me, a lot of it falls flat. The dialogue can be really fucking hammy and over-expository, and it grates on my nerves so much. I at least don't have to listen to bad teenager dialogue much, but having to hear people beat the point of the film over my head is just so fucking obnoxious. The element of the writing that works for me, though, is Jamie Lee Curtis and this new characterization of Laurie Strode. Taking this idea from H2O to the absolute extreme, we see that the rampage Michael went on in Halloween 1 has broken her. She is all alone, and she has devoted her whole life to destroying the boogeyman. She admits she shouldn't have taken this out on her kids, but when she is proven right, that survivalist skill set imparted on her daughter just pay off. After killing Michael, at least they think they did, the final shot is a wide one of the Strode women in a truck riding off, united in agony from what this demon did to their family. It's really nice. In one of her best performances, Jamie Lee Curtis displays the trauma of a woman haunted by this demon beautifully. The scene in the restaurant where Laurie completely breaks down is really sad, and the scene where she is waiting for Michael is just heartbreaking. She also carries herself like a crazy survivalist badass amazingly, and never once did I not buy her as an action woman. Curtis balances both sadness and toughness in this performance really well, and it is probably my favorite performance in this entire franchise outside of her in the original movie or Donald Pleasance in the original movie. But once we get into the actual plot, we see some really dumb bullshit. Firstly, and this one's just me, the decision to retcon Halloween 2 was just fucking ridiculous. Sure, yeah, Michael's an indiscriminate killer, whatever, whoop-de-doo. Yay. There's no reason for what he did in the first film. Yeah. What the fuck was that? But what the inclusion of 2 in the timeline would have done is make the more emotional scenes and family-related stuff have more impact. Laurie not being able to move on would make more sense if it was because she is haunted by what her brother did to her, what her own family did to her. Also, fuck, if Michael can tank bullets, he can tank an explosion. Just do some burn makeup. Fuck's sake. Secondly, what the fuck even was that twist in the third act? So the new Loomis, he has a name, I forget it, but Laurie literally calls him the new Loomis. It was dumb. The new Loomis and this cop run over Michael. All of a fucking sudden, the doctor kills the cop, loads up Michael, and takes him to Laurie's house in the woods. This is all because he wants to study what Michael can do in an open environment? Fucking what? Firstly, it just comes out of nowhere. Like, it wasn't set up properly. Like, it just happens. Secondly, and most egregiously, it serves no fucking purpose. The only thing that twist did was get Michael from point A to B. If you had to find a way to get Michael to the house, there are less dumb ways to do that. The Doctor being a nut had no bearing on anything at all and didn't add to the film. It was utterly needless. Overall, I think the praise for this film is overblown. I'm really discovering that slasher horror fanboys can be as blitheringly retarded as cape shit fanboys. But Halloween 2018 has its merits, boasting an amazing performance by Jamie Lee Curtis and John Carpenter's brilliant composition. The stronger elements balance out the stupid shit and make for a passable, inoffensive experience. If you're a Myers fanatic, this one is a must-see. Otherwise, you can skip it and not feel bad. And I'm feeling a 5 out of 10 on this one. That's super generous, but its stronger elements really stand out. Catch you later, guys.